Hello, and good morning, everybody, once again, and welcome to, I think this is my 5th weekly video, Living with Alzheimer's. Today I wanted to sort of talk about being positive after a diagnosis. And this is, I suppose, mainly for people who are either in my situation, my age group, who are either recently been diagnosed or who are in the process of being diagnosed, which, you know, in my experience and in many other people's experience, it can take a long while to get a diagnosis in our age group, the sort of mid-50s and prior to 65. Now, the thing is that majority of the people with early onset Alzheimer's or dementia in my age group, we are mainly physically fit and physically able. It's different to having dementia later on in life. So we are still able to do lots of things. Now, if you're in the process of being diagnosed or have been diagnosed, it is very important not to get too down about it, not to let it become too overwhelming. And it's basically because you are still you, and you're still able to do many, many things. Now, to take an example, I have lost various abilities, and the condition does take various things away from you over a period of time. But I am still able to do this. I'm still able to communicate very well and help many others. Now, I know people in my age group who have dementia, and some are in bands, play instruments, sing, others write books. And they probably are not able to stand in front of a crowd, an audience, and talk or do this. So it affects us all in different ways. But whatever you are good at the time prior to diagnosis or just after, continue doing. Now, I myself enjoy gardening, and I find that gardening is challenging enough in many different ways, and it is all about continuing to challenge yourself. And one thing about gardening is that it gets you outside, there's exercise, and it's an environment that you yourself can mould, can change, can put into which direction you like. You can do what you like in that environment, in your own little world. And that is achieving something. And it's all about still trying to achieve things. Now, people's perception, as I've said before, of dementia is very different to the reality. And a lot of people don't quite understand or can't get their heads around the reality that somebody in my age group has got a condition that they would relate to somebody in later on in life. And I think some people find it difficult to quite understand that A, I can sit here and do this, or B, that I can go cycling, or that I can do gardening, or whatever. But sometimes doing various things and having goals, having ambitions, which we with dementia still do, we still have much to give, and we still have many attributes in our favour. We still have lots of things that we want to do. They are all part of a coping strategy for people like us. And it's important to continue to do the activities that you enjoyed prior to your diagnosis and do the same things afterwards. It's important to not so much focus on the things you can't do, but to continue to do well the things that you can do. Now, our worlds do become smaller because things like driving become a no-no, and probably holidays become different. And it's important not to become withdrawn. It's important to still carry on and be as positive, because positivity breeds hope. And this little short video today is mainly for the people who are feeling down about the situation. I've had quite a few emails over the last week of people who are saying, my husband was diagnosed and all he does is sit there and I show him your videos and that sort of thing, and he doesn't want to do anything. Life is finished for him, or life is finished for my wife, or whatever. Now, I'm basically sitting here today to tell you, and this is directed at those individuals, those people that think their lives are over because they've been diagnosed with dementia. At this stage in the disease, your life is far from over. You are still able to do many, many, many things. Now look at me. I'm nobody special. All I am is just a normal bloke. And as I've said before in my other videos, if I can do stuff, you can. It's not difficult. Do not waste your time pondering over the maybes and the what's going to happen. And we all know that it's a progressive condition. We all know that little bits get stripped away over a period of time. But it's not to say that we have to give in to it, and you don't have to give in to it at this stage. As I said, positivity breeds hope. And the more stuff you do, the better you will feel about yourself. So if you've got a garden, get out, do gardening. If you play golf beforehand, go and play golf. Do whatever you want to do. Don't be afraid to do things. You know, life is a puddle. Jump in it. Get wet. Do what you want to do. And it will help you, but it will also help your family, because very often if you're doing well and they see that you're doing well, then it helps the whole family environment, and that in itself will again help you. It goes round. Now, I hope that wasn't too heavy, but it got to me a little bit that I got these these emails from people who said that, you know, various people were depressed. So I suppose today's little short video is aimed at you people that are a bit down with life. You know, I'm hoping that this might lift you a little bit and maybe make you think, you know what, maybe I can go outside and do something. Because, as I said before, it's not the end of your life, it's just different. And I suppose this is probably something just to leave a little thought with you, and to leave this with the carers of you. The first part of the video is directed at the people who are down about their diagnosis, and this next bit is, think as a carer, try and think of it this way. I don't actually know what is worse, either having dementia or being aware and conscious that you have dementia. That's just something to throw into it, just to give you a little, probably a little look from the other side, from your partner's or friends or relatives' side. Okay, now today, yes, I think it's today. Some people are coming here to film me today, so that's quite exciting, and I'll let you know next week how that all goes. So have a great weekend, have a great week, and I will see you here again next week. And I say, any questions, do ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if anybody out there ever wants me to do any public talking, speaking, or anything like that, do send me an email or a private message, and I'm happy to do that. Okay, thanks very much for listening once again, and all the best. Bye.